Namaskar friends, welcome once again to Pal Talk Machine Learning. I am your host Dr. Chinmay Pal. Today we continue our journey into fascinating world of clustering with a very powerful technique, hierarchical clustering.
And I am Ria. While K-means clustering is great when you already know how many groups you need, what if you don't know the number of clusters in advance? That's where hierarchical clustering comes in. It's a more flexible and insightful approach. What is hierarchical clustering?
Hierarchical clustering is an unsupervised machine learning algorithm used to build a hierarchy of clusters. Unlike K-means, you don't have to fix the number of clusters beforehand. Instead, the algorithm builds clusters step by step and you can decide the number later based on a dendrogram.
That's right. A dendrogram is like a tree diagram that shows how clusters are merged or split at each step. You can simply cut the tree at a certain level to decide how many clusters you want.
Types of hierarchical clustering. There are two types of hierarchical clustering. Agglomerative, that is bottom-up. Start with each data point as its own cluster. Then keep merging the closest clusters until only one cluster remains. Divisive, that is top-down. Start with one big cluster and keep splitting it until every point is its own cluster.
Agglomerative clustering is more commonly used in practice. It's simple and intuitive. Start small, grow big.
How does it work? Let's take agglomerative clustering as an example. The process goes like this. Start with all points as individual clusters. Calculate distances between all clusters. Merge the two closest clusters. Repeat step 2 and 3 until one big cluster remains.
And the key here is the linkage method. How you calculate the distance between clusters. It can be single linkage, minimum distance, complete linkage, maximum distance, average linkage, mean of all distances. Ward's method minimizes variance within clusters.
Real-life applications. Hierarchical clustering is widely used in genetics to create phylogenetic trees, market segmentation, social network analysis, document or text clustering, even in climate and weather pattern analysis.
Also in medical diagnosis, where patient symptoms can be clustered to detect disease patterns.
Pros and cons. So what's great about hierarchical clustering? No need to specify number of clusters beforehand. Easy to visualize using a dendrogram. Works well with small to medium-sized datasets.
But it also has some challenges. It's computationally expensive for large datasets, sensitive to noise and outliers, and once a merge or split is done, it cannot be undone.
Tools and software. In Python, you can use SciPy or sklearn.cluster.agglomerative clustering. In R, hclust is commonly used. You can also do it in SPSS or Excel with some plugins.
And of course, the dendrogram plot is the star of the show. It helps you decide where to cut and how many clusters to keep.
Final thoughts. So friends, hierarchical clustering is like building a family tree, step by step, connection by connection. It gives a deeper insight into the structure and similarity of your data.
And it's a must-know tool if you're working with biological, behavioral, or textual data. Try it out with your datasets and see what patterns emerge.
That's it for today's episode of Pal Talk Statistics. I hope you enjoyed this introduction to hierarchical clustering.
And join us next time as we explore another exciting topic from the world of statistics and machine learning. Till then, stay curious and keep clustering.